Hey everyone, it's BP here on a 7 Days to Die video, Alpha 19. Alpha 20 is not all that far away, so that should be interesting when that comes out. Anyway, today's episode we will be going over three bridges that I have done, as just kind of the concepts and stuff like that. Ooh, sounds like there's some zombies out there hitting some landmines. And also a fun build as well, so that'll be interesting. As I've just completed it. And what we will do is we will quickly mark where we're heading to start with, and we'll be on our way. So we'll start with the bridges, and then we'll go to the fun build from there. So bear with me, we will just fly over. Also, I'll make another video on the base build that I have done also. That'll be in another one. Here we are. This is one of my very big bridge builds that I had done. Took a lot of trial and error to do it. Fell down plenty of times. So as you can see, you've got all your footings for everything. They go all the way down into the water, down onto the ground. Multiple different angles. And keep in mind, all of this was painted. So lots of paint was crafted for this one as well. As you can see, there's all lighting as well throughout the whole thing. To power all this up, it took 2 solar banks and 2 battery banks to split up all the lighting. There was a third put there as a precaution, just in case as well. And to power all this up, there was a mod put in for the wireless fuse box. So therefore I was able to bring all of the wiring so you can't see them through. I'm not actually too sure why they aren't lit up, but I can check that later. So it's 2 rows, so you can drive the 4x4 down. And obviously you have the walkway in the middle for people who want to be on foot, so no one gets basically taken out. Over there, that little hump there, that's where I dug down to put the solar panels and stuff like that. And then underneath all of the water, further down, there's a path coming across. And then underneath all of this is the tunnel underneath it all to wire everything up as well. I will get some footage of that later also, and I'll show you exactly how that's been done. I will have to break my way through the iron bars to get down to it, but that's okay. Now we'll continue on. As you can see, both sides you have your center point, so it looks all nice and fancy in the middle. So you can determine that's exactly the middle, and then each stage goes down to a different thing. And I actually created this bridge because on this server there is actually a public Horde Night base, which makes Horde Nights quite easy because the blocks can't be destroyed by the zombies, so you can just go in there and fight your way along. That's kind of cheating, but it's kind of handy at the same time. As you can see, there's been a Horde Night recently, and no one took the loot, so. But this is our public Horde Night base, so that can't be destroyed by the zombies. So if you stand too close, they can hit you. Police cops can still spit acid at you, and that can still damage you as well. Now, this is one of the other bridges I had done as a concept. I came across a picture, ironically, about this. And I'm like, oh, I wonder what this would look like. So I created it as well. So it's right along the water's edge, which is kind of nice to kind of walk along and look down at the waters just below the lip of the bridge. So I'll show you. I should be able to. Hang on. Just bring up a light. As you can see, it's only just below the lip of the blocks, so it comes up pretty nicely. So it's a pretty easy concept to get through water zones. It was easy to build. Fixing the water, on the other hand, after you build something, because it leaves gaps, that is time consuming. It takes a lot of trial and error and playing around and putting frames down to get it to level off nicely again. But it can definitely be done. So that's the main thing. So that was a nice little concept that I thought looked alright. Now we'll wander over to the third bridge. Now this one took me quite a lot to get to work. And you'll see all the signs and stuff I had to put up to try and stop people from playing funny buggers with it. Okay, so this was my very interesting concept that I came up with for this would be interesting. As you can see, I've put some signs up saying to people to, respect the tunnel. Unfortunately, vehicles tend to bug out for it. I don't know if it's just because it's not deep enough, given the vehicles go down it, even the 4x4, but for some reason they seem to clip the roof even though there's room. But as you can see, it's a very interesting looking tunnel from outside the water. So what we'll do, we'll go down and we'll go have a look, okay? So this is my underwater passageway, all done by glass. You're probably thinking, how is this even possible? Well, it takes a lot of work. So obviously you got to do your base first, and then you got to do all your glass blocks, and then do the roof blocks as well. Once all that's done, then throughout all of this center section, do we have any frames on me? No. You have to fill this entire area with frames, whether rebarb frame or wood frames. And then once it's all filled up, then you take them all away and it removes the water from inside. So I had to fill this up multiple times because I'd break the glass and the whole thing would fill up with water. It was very annoying. But I believe the outcome of it is actually really impressive to look at. Like when you can go through the water, you look out and you can see everything under the water, which normally you wouldn't be able to see, or you'd be walking or swimming extremely slow, where this is a nice little quick passage with a nice appearance. Obviously you can look up, you can see through the top as well because it's all glass as well. I put this section in purely because if one bit of glass gets broken, it only fills half of the passageway, not the whole thing, and you got to fill the whole thing with rebarbs again and frames just to remove all the glass again. But I think the outcome of it actually was really nice. It'd be really good if there was deeper sections of water to do a passage like this, so the top glass is actually a little bit further down from the surface, where it's only virtually one block gap between the surface and the glass on the top. So it doesn't take much for it to... It took a while to fix as well, but this was the same concept with the water. It took a good few hours to fix all the water from where you get the dips in it because of putting blocks and stuff in. But as you can see, same concept. I had to put the signs here, had to put iron bars up to try and make it a little bit harder for people to drive onto the glass. Because if you drive onto this glass, it breaks it straight away. Even running on it will break it. So you've got to be very, very careful. But it's pretty interesting. I like the look of it. It's come up really well when you run down it, look out, and you can see through the water and stuff like that. It's actually pretty good. I will add a little snippet of it, what it looks like during the daytime, because it's obviously nighttime at the moment. So therefore it kind of changes things a little bit view-wise, but it comes up pretty good. I was quite impressed with it. If you do have any questions about glass passages and stuff like that, feel free to drop me a comment down there below, and I can try and help you out as much as possible. So that's my glass passage. Now, those are my 3 bridges that I've been playing around with. They are all steel blocks, so they are the strongest except for the glass one, but the base is all steel. So what we will do, we will drop this down and we will head over. It's a fair way past a few other people's places. So what we'll do, we'll put a quick drop there. And we'll head over to the front build to show that as well. Okay. So we are here now. Keep in mind you will see. Oh! That was sneaky. Anyway, you will see there used to be like a military base here, which I demolished because I wanted the space because of the actual hill angle and everything like that. So here we go, coming down to the fun build. Once again, I'd put all our lighting here as well. Obviously, powered door. Tried to make it kind of look as best as I could for like a garage door. Got our fencing off area as well. Doesn't go all the way around because it gets pretty steep as well. So, all of these lights are on motion sensor. I think they go for 10 minutes, I think they'll driveway, in memory. So this is my fun build. I have some photos of it as a concept, and I tried to replicate it as best to my abilities. I will put those up so people can have a look and see what I tried to replicate. So I will fly out so you can see outside of this as well. So these are all glass. So this build alone fell down multiple times trying to get the support balance that I required because of the physics. So obviously there's a lighting mod put in here so we can craft additional lighting, which is already lighting fixtures already in the game. So you've got recessed lights. So our down lights here, they're all on motion sensor. Come on. So let's go down and have a look at the actual house itself. This is open to anyone to look at. It is protected, so people can't damage it, but they can damage it if I'm online. So here we come down. Everything's on switches. So we have our kitchen area. Obviously all the same, downlights, the dining area. And then obviously your other part of the kitchen, so you've got your oven, dishwasher, and all that sort of stuff. So as you can see, there are certain items in here that normally you can't craft, but I had some help from admin and they hooked me up with some items which came up pretty handy. So like a little insect or reptile casing, some photos that you normally can't get, and speakers, and just little bits and pieces which have been really handy. The TV itself is just plates, and then you paint it as TV screen. It comes up with all of that, which came up pretty good, I reckon. The stairs are just catwalks, but you paint the stairs and the sides to your liking, which I thought came out pretty good. Other rooms. So our battery bank area. There is so many lights in here. I've had to keep adding more and more to stop it from overloading to the max, because each cell being level 6, I think it's 180 watts max that you can pump out of one solar bank. Batteries do more than that, but so I had to just keep adding more and more. So obviously like a laundry space, laundry, and obviously toilet as well. So keep in mind, it is a fun build, so you will be like, but it just looks like a normal house. Yes. And bathroom. So obviously glass to go in, got the shower heads, downlights, toilet, bookshelf. See, these are not a craftable bookshelf. These are a admin item. So as I was saying, admin hooked me up. So I do appreciate their help for that. We'll continue on. Keep in mind all of this has been painted also, because you normally can't craft certain things in certain items. So you have to paint everything to get the colors. Like normally these cabinets are normally a reddish color. You just got to paint them to get the black. So there's a dining table, big couch, big TV, speakers. So this is just our first level. So you can see out over the water's edge. It's a nice view, I reckon. Okay, continue on. More lights on our stairwell down. So this is our connecting zone between the top and bottom. So now we're downstairs. So, I did leave that on. So we've got our nice little bar area. Obviously I can turn that light off and on. Oh. Our entertainment zone. As you can see, pool table, admin items. So thanks again, admin, for helping me with that. This would be deemed as the master bedroom. As you can see, they get an amazing view out across the water, which has come up really good. And their bathroom. So it's got a nice little view out as well. They can at least get the light in through here as well, which is pretty handy. And then obviously dual head shower. So more rooms. So we'll start with this one. Here's on automatic. So you've got a toilet, another toilet, and a bathroom for like obviously guests and people that you would have over and stuff like that. We'll just turn that back off. Now, these two rooms are basically, they're identical. They look exactly the same. I haven't done anything else to them. They're just, as I said, they'd be deemed as a guest room. So all the same recessed lighting as well. I'll just quickly turn them off. I can have all the lights on as well in here, but that's why I have so many solar banks and stuff. So automatic lighting to go all the way down. Unfortunately, the camera is too far, the motion sensor, sorry, is too far away from the other one to hook it up, so I had only the one set of lights, so I had to make two. So our freezer room, fridge freezer room, obviously all lit up, so we've got our freezers, cooler bars, fridges, everything in here. Everything that we would need to supply our food. Let's store it. So as you can see, these are uncensored. And this brings us down. Brings us down to the water's edge. So let's just have a look. As you can see, so it does come out a fair bit. Unfortunately, the physics limit how far we can bring things out without support. And I found a lot of the section along the middle here kept falling down until I got the support area just right so it would stop falling down. As you can see, we've got another motion sensor there. And that brings up this side of the lights. Just unfortunately, I got to change that timer. So that takes us downstairs. See that, everyone? That is my fun build. Took a lot of work, unfortunately, to get everything the way I wanted it for the fun build. I appreciate admin putting in the mod for the lighting because the recessed lights come up significantly better than the normal craftable lighting. So that helped me out a lot there to get the looks of this to come up, which was really good. If you have any questions about the fun build, feel free to shove a comment down below. Let me know what you think of the bridges and the fun build that I did. I will post some photos of this fun build as to what I used to try and replicate it. So what we will do, I'll just quickly place my chopper down and we'll get some external views from it. As you can see, all the solar banks I've had to put on just to power all the lighting up. The recessed lights, they're not as bright as some of the lighting, so you require more of them to light up an area, but that's definitely okay. Just got to add more solar and batteries to power it all up. This is my fun build. Definitely let me know what you guys think about it. Let me know what you think I could have done differently. And then I will also keep in mind for Alpha 20, which isn't all that far off, I'll have some more fun builds planned for that to come through as well. So here we are under the passage. So this is where all the lighting for the big bridge is, underneath all of the water. So you've got our solar banks. The third one's not being used at the moment because the two did its job. So then we come through. Obviously, as you can see, we've got all the wireless fuse boxes so that you don't see wires and stuff like that. Then we can come up. So as you can see, more and more powering up. So these are the passages underneath, going along underneath the bridge. So then you've got another one where you've got the footings, the foundations of each pillars and stuff like that. These are in the bases of each one. So it's all the same concept where you go up, so you get closer so you can run the wire up to power up the first lot of lights and stuff like that. And it just continues on both ways as well. So you get to the next foundation, and then the same concept. So all of these were all originally full of water, same concept, where you have to place the blocks down like so to fill the whole area, pick them up, and then it will take away the water. Takes a bit to get used to though, but it does do it in the end. Okay. And that's it. That's it for me. And I will see you all in the next video. I hope you enjoyed the view of all the bridges and the fun build that I did. And I'll see you all in the next video. See you later.